Corinne, two questions. One, just following up on what you said about the National Bureau of Economic Research. They also did not declare a recession in 2008 until December. That's 12 months after the recession had already been in place in the U.S. economy. But based on what the president said earlier, have his economic advisors told him they also don't think a recession is likely? And what is exactly the White House's definition of a recession?
Again, I'm not going to define it from here. I'm just going to leave it to the NBER, as we have stated, of how they define recession.
Okay, so you won't declare one until they have declared it one.
I'm just saying that we're just not going to define it. We use the indicators that the NBER, the National Bureau of Economic Research, have used. We've mentioned that a few times. But going to your question about how sometimes it's late, look, I think what the point that we're trying to make here is that we have a strong labor market, which you don't normally see in a recession. That is very uncommon to see that. When you see an average of 400,000 jobs created per month, when you see an unemployment at 3.6, which is historical, that does not define a recession. And so that's what we point you to. That's what we're looking at, as how the economy is currently in this moment. And the reason why is because of the work that this president has done, because of the American Rescue Plan and turning back on an economy that was in crisis when he walked in, when 20 million people were collecting unemployment benefit insurance, and now we have historic job creation, and so that is important. And let's not forget about the bipartisan infrastructure law that as well that has helped create jobs.
Okay, I just want to be clear though. So we're not going to hear the White House say if there is a recession that there is one until the National Bureau of Economic Research has declared it one?
What I'm saying is that the definition, that the technical definition, and Secretary Yellen said this yesterday on Meet the Press, is the National Bureau of Economic Research that looks at a broad range of data in deciding whether or not there is a recession, and most of that data they look at right now continues to be strong. So that's who we look at. I'm not going to get into a hypothetical right now. We don't do that, but we're using that as clearly an indicator, and why, and they lay out how they get to that definition.
Okay.